Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Red Queen Tarot. Today we have 2 readings left for October, so I will shuffle the 2 remaining tokens and see who we're reading for today. Capricorn. Okay, welcome Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or North Node. I personally have a Capricorn rising in the tropical zodiac, so we'll see how this plays out for us. Okay. Which deck for Capricorn? Tarot of Dreams. Okay. Capricorn, October 2022, or whenever you happen to see this message. Those 2 flipped over, but I'm just going to leave them there for now. All right. All right, 5 apparently. Underneath the deck, the 4 of Wands, Venus in Aries. Stability, security, celebration coming together. It's also a manifestation card. You'll see the 1111 here in the picture. Wands are fire energy, passion, spirit, manifestation. And this is a celebration of that fact. So it could have to do with the 4th house of home and family. You could be establishing a home this month or coming home to a place you grew up or meeting up with relatives. Leo had a similar message. Let's see what else might be in common. All right, Capricorn, we have the 10 of Cups. So yeah, this is home and family. Fulfillment of wishes. Everything is comfortable and secure. You could have everything your heart desires and more. Next to that, we have the 3 of Swords. Okay, 3 of Swords is, yes, the energy of Saturn, which is Lord of Contracts. And 3 of Swords is typically cast as a card of sorrow and pain. But literally, it's just a contract in the air sign of Libra. But breaking those contracts is what brings the sorrow and the heartbreak. There's 3 participants, you, the other person, and the contract. So Saturn holds us accountable for these decisions and contracts we make with people, whether they be legal, as in the sign of Libra, or energetic in our choices. It could have to do something with a karmic partner or a lesson that you're meant to learn this month surrounding family and home. Next to that, we have the King of Cups, the King of Water and Emotion, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, nurturing, master of the heart. And typically the 3 of Swords has 3 swords pierced through the heart. So this could be an opportunity to heal those wounds, as the King of Cups can be a doctor or a healer of some sort, whether it be through shamanism or energy healing or physical healing. But there is an opportunity here to recover from the consequences of that heartbreak. Next to that, we have the High Priestess, inner knowing, higher self, trusting your intuition. The full moon is depicted here. That's when it's at the height of its energy. It's ruled by the moon. We have a full moon coming up on the 8th of October in the tropical sign of Aries. And that is actually a powerful healing moon because it's conjunct Chiron, which is the wounded healer, the centaur that taught medicine. but was unable to heal himself. But anyway, this could be an opportunity. Again, like I said, under this full moon, something could be revealed to you, or you could have an inner revelation about your past partnerships with your family, or a loved one that you had a contract with. And it's kind of like she's crying here. There's a release there. Next to that, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, ruled by Jupiter, the father, Zeus. But the Wheel of Fortune is normally good luck, or it's a changing of the times or the season. It's really close in relation to, I mean, Saturn was Jupiter's father, and Saturn's father time. But there comes a time when, the son overthrows the father, as Jupiter did, to become king of the gods. Jupiter expands everything it touches. So there's an expansion perhaps of the heart or the home this month. It being next to this Four of Wands. So there's some kind of, this High Priestess really has my attention. There's some sort of revelation or secret or something that comes out, something that's exposed about either a partner or family member. But it leads to healing of an old wound. And this is going to open up tremendous freedom and opportunity for you in order to have that release, to pour that cup of forgiveness over the wound. Okay, these are the Syrian Starseed cards. Underneath we have the Three of Coins, or Three of Crystals. That's the Trinity. So it's, they say, I guess the triangle is the most powerful structure, shape in nature. And I mentioned here before with the three individuals being involved in a contract, the two parties in the contract itself, forming this stable structure. But it's usually a coming together of minds and talents in order to build something greater than themselves. And to me, that feels like signing of a contract. So while the Three of Swords is typically, a knee-jerk reaction of being pain and heartache, well, that's only if you violate the contract, if you try to destroy it. So to me, this is all indicating to stay within the contract is what's going to be the most beneficial to your heart at this time. Underneath that, we have the Eight of Cups. So that's a feeling or sensation of wanting to move away from this contract or family or situation. Next to that, we have the Master of Flames, or the King of Wands. So now we have the King of Fire and the King of Water. Next to that, Six of Flames, victory, success, overcoming through sheer will of the King of Wands, powering through. Nine of Cups. Okay, this is great. This is a wonderful progression. We have, perhaps in the past, you had recent thoughts of leaving a connection. The Nine of Cups is a wish come true or a dream fulfilled. And then the Ten of Cups is that ultimate culmination of being able to experience and celebrate that happiness like I felt in the Four of Wands in the beginning. So it may be time, but I mean, Saturn is not always bad. It teaches us lessons and the value of things and people and in our life. And with the Sun in Libra during this full moon on the 8th, 7th house of partnerships, relationships, the Sun is shining light onto everything that you have, everything that you've been through with this individual or this family. It's been only to make you a greater version of yourself, to make you conquer and learn a lesson about your emotions, your passion, while water is emotion just as much as fire is emotion. And here you have them both being mastered this month, as indicated by the Six of Flames and the suit of the King, or the rank of the King anyway. Self-mastery. Some of you may have had a problem with anger in the past. This is saying that you'll recover from that. You've learned to conquer that because you've taken a deeper look at where the anger is coming from, and that may be this old family wound of possible abandonment for some of you, or fears of abandonment, and maybe that's what's kept you from engaging into a serious contract with anybody else because of the fear that it might be over. But I mean, that's the inevitability of time. On a long enough timeline, the survival rate for everyone drops to zero, and that there's an inevitable loss that is going to come when you love somebody or something or become attached to anything. And then there you have like certain philosophies that believe in non-attachment, and it is a sense of freedom. It is independence, as depicted as same in the Three of Swords. It's got the Queen of Swords vibe. It's like, I'm the master of my own destiny. I'm independent. I don't need anybody. I can do this on my own. But it's understanding that, well, what kind of life are you trying to have, basically? Because while there's freedom in being alone, there's certain things that you can't experience on your own, and the Ten of Cups being one of them. Because that's a shared experience, a shared emotion between a group of people. And that comes, yes, with certain contracts and obligations, but in this case, it's for your highest good. It's going to bring you the greatest happiness and reward. Even so, you have 2 tens here. Tens represent the end of a cycle, completion. So it's the end of a lesson. There's a great understanding, again, that's coming to you about contracts, relationships, partnerships, and establishing of the next phase of life. So I'm going to grab since this seems to do with family, close relationships, loved ones, something in the home or establishing of a home, I'm going to grab the Journey of Love card for Capricorn for October. And I mentioned there's fire and water here, and I was just looking at the orbs above. She sits between the 2 pillars of Boaz and Yakin in the Tree of Life, the pillar of mercy and the pillar of severity. Here we have blue and red being the opposites, of course. The feminine is blue and the masculine is red. We have fire and water, blue and red there too. And also this 10 of Cups is Mars in Pisces. This card rules the 3rd decan of Pisces. That's the last 10 degrees of Pisces, 20 to 30 degrees. As it turns over back into Aries and the astrological calendar starts again. This is a really powerful point of transformation as we go from winter into spring. That's why the spring equinox, the first day, March 21st in the Northern Hemisphere, marks the beginning of a new year astrologically. So this is like a complete circle, a complete rebirth, a time of renewal, like a renewal of contracts. Some of you might be renewing your vows, or re-strengthening. It feels like fortifying a bond in some way. It's like in sickness and in health, and that's what Chiron rules, is sickness and health. Disease and cures. They go hand in hand. You can't really have one without the other. Okay, so back to the Journey of Love cards, shuffling for October, Capricorn. Guardian of the Soul family. So again, a strong theme of family here. Number 26. Let us see. What 26? I just looked under the deck too. We have the bride offers herself, 43. I did mention marriage or contracts of those sorts for some of you. Let's see, 26. You are being drawn to kindred spirits in this physical world by loving guardians in the spiritual worlds. If you feel you are leaving relationships behind, do not be afraid. The space that such courageous action creates is sometimes necessary in order to have room for the new to enter your sphere of consciousness. You may also feel that somehow a relationship that seemed to be held back from you is now becoming available to you. There is a great soul love calling you into more intimate connection now. It is sanctioned by the divine. It is a karmic destiny to fulfill. There is love that you are to experience in connection with particular souls, predetermined by the divine plan. If you are struggling to feel the soul purpose in your current relationships, take heart, for you are being helped by divine guardians who understand and support the sacred purpose of your relationships. Be open to current relationships healing. whether that means improved communication and enriched experience, or the realization that you have traveled as far as you can together, and know that new relationships are going to be an important aspect of your spiritual destiny being fulfilled. Trust in the divine timing of your life and open your heart to the guardians who help you with unconditional love now. The guidance of this oracle for you is that relationship healing is taking place in present relationships unfolding, in attracting the right relationships for your future growth, and in leaving behind relationships of the past with a peaceful heart. Be gentle with your heart, beloved, all is well. Okay, so this does go into the theme of healing partnerships and relationships. And when the Eight of Cups came up, I did get this sense of some people walking away, or like I said, you had the thought of walking away, but you're deciding to stay and renew and reinvest in that relationship. I think that's if Saturn is done teaching you the lesson, the pain leaves the relationship, and you're healed from those wounds that maybe caused a separation or the urge to separate in the first place. Those have been resolved. Then you're able to renew this cycle or partnership with that person. As seen in this card, the bride offers herself. But again, this is something that you have to trust your intuition. Are you in a situation? Only you know the answer to your relationship. This isn't a personal reading, it's a general reading. So this is what you have to consult with inside yourself and know, is this the person I'm meant to be with? Ultimately, to build a family with and a home with. But if of those of you who feel in your heart that it is time to walk away and not look back, again, there is a victory in the sense in the end, because this is telling me in the Guardian of the Soul family that you're being led by your angels and guardians and ancestors to the right relationship, to the one that is full of wish fulfillment and complete satisfaction and comfort in your home, in the Four of Wands here that we started the reading with. So if there's any fear of what you're leaving behind, know that it is meant for your highest good. If something's either been taken from you, see it as an obstacle being removed to your highest good. All right, so speaking of angels and ancestors, I'd like to get an oracle from them. And I keep mentioning Saturn in this reading. That is your ruler, Capricorn. So, I mean, you're here to learn lessons. And that's what's going to cause your soul or create the most growth for your soul. Help you expand the most here in Jupiter. And the larger your heart grows, the more love you're able to share with the world. And I don't think we can really appreciate and understand the heart until, it's been through some stuff. Okay, this fell out on the ground, so I'm going to honor that. And the next one here, we have Magic Guardian. So we have the Hermit, Retreat and Recharge. And then we have the Magic Guardian, Unlock the Magic Within. And that is the Magician, and the female magician showing up again at that. We have the High Priestess, which is the equivalent of the number 1 major arcana, the Magician, the masculine form. The feminine is its counterpart. So I will read a bit about the Hermit here. That's the sign of Virgo. It usually rules the 9th major arcana card. We're actually still in the sign of Virgo in the sidereal astrology, but we recently finished it in tropical zodiac. So let's go ahead and read about the Hermit. And that could be coming out of this Eight of Cups energy after the Three of Swords experience, taking, walking away, retreating within for healing that I mentioned in order to recover those wounds, pulling those swords out of the heart. Take time to rest and recuperate in order to continue your growth. Benefit from the information that will come directly from your heart space. The Hermit card is one of solitude and meditation. It represents your capacity to go within and arrive at the cave of your heart. Many of the answers to your problems lie within, and if you don't take the time to connect with yourself and feel comfortable alone, you won't be able to hear the messages that are rising up inside you. The cross-legged meditation position of the cave-dwelling sadhu on the card is an invitation to harness the power of your meditation practice. The Sri Yantra symbol behind him represents the union of masculine and feminine energies, hence support from the Mother, Father, God. Masculine and feminine energies, support from the Mother, Father, God. The Holy Trinity that even came up here in my speech. mother, father, child. And that's even depicted here. You know, force, reception, creation. All right. You have been working hard and giving your all to your current situation, and it may become draining and detrimental to your development unless you retreat and recharge your energies. So you're being guided to take a step back at this time. If you are overworking or bringing something together, your over-involvement could impede the process, so retreat and breathe. If you have something to say or do that could have a larger impact on your life, spend some time in deep thought, even contemplation, before moving forward. Often when we rush in, we don't see how destructive our actions can be. So meditate and listen to your soul's wisdom before proceeding further. Yeah, absolutely. Why I was mentioning, trust your intuition. Tap into your inner consciousness, your subconscious. Find out what really resonates with you at this time. And it's really hard to do if your energy is constantly being spent or distributed amongst several people or obligations. So this is encouraging you to take time to yourself before making any rash decisions about leaving or staying. This has to be a truth that comes from within your heart, based on all the lessons you've learned up to this point in your life. I mean, I say, anybody can make a mistake, but a mistake made twice is a choice. So what lesson is it that Saturn's trying to teach you here, Capricorn? These are some Making Magic sigil cards. You can use them in your spell working or to, in my case, enhance a reading's meaning or symbols that you might find useful. Okay, so 3 of these for Capricorn. Underneath we have air. Work with the element of air to cut through the core of situation and see the truth. And that kind of speaks to the 3 of Swords air element that I was referencing earlier. Clearly seeing the truth about something, perhaps around this full moon. Here we have fairy magic. Respectfully work with the fairies and elements to achieve your goals. Earth. Ask the element of earth for grounding, stability, and strength in times of chaos. Yeah, I mentioned that with the 4 of Wands. That's what you're seeking. You are an earth element yourself. You enjoy stability and security and knowing, having a sure footing as the mountain goat before you take your next step. That's why you need to honor this time to reflect on your own and your own being. And that's, the hermit often ascends the mountain and enters the cave, to achieve enlightenment. So it's even spending some time out in nature, feeling grounded, putting your bare feet in the soil, taking a hike, breathing in the fresh mountain air, honoring nature around you and feeling, that's going to really help open up your channels to receive this information. And here we have the triple moon, embracing all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly. Yeah, as above, so below. Divine, air, earthly, human. So you are an earth angel incarnate. And this is, again, I mentioned the 10 being the end of a cycle, honoring cycles and rhythms. So really tap in and tune into what phase you are in any cycle and what phase you're about to begin. If you're at the precipice or the cusp or the turning point, which is why, again, I think I brought up that 10 of Cups meaning with being the end of Pisces and the beginning of Aries. So this is like starting a whole new year for you. And some of you could be doing this or experiencing this around your solar return. If you're a sun in Capricorn, or maybe you have, Virgo or Libra or Scorpio sun sign, whether it be sidereal or tropical, but you may have, Capricorn moon or Capricorn rising. So this is telling you that if it's time, you'll know when it's time, basically. Your instinct will tell you, but that's if you take time to honor your higher self by opening up and allowing these messages to come through for you. All right. Anything else for Capricorn? Oh, yep. Speaking of the moon, let's get a Goddess of the Moon card, or sorry, Queen of the Moon Oracle, because I feel like a lot of these revelations or insights are going to come around the 8th, 9th, 10th, somewhere in that time frame. Maybe the 10th for you because it showed up twice in your reading. Okay, and I had a card fall down. And it is number 16, Power, the full moon. Okay, 16 in the tarot is the Tower. It's transformation and change. This could be a you transforming after spending time alone and receding, and you're coming out feeling rejuvenated, regenerated, and fully aware, fully in tune with your intuition and instinct and what it's trying to tell you. And now this is you taking action as the King of Wands and the Six of Wands, having that victorious willpower, knowing that your will is becoming reality, that the life that you're constructing is purely of you. So power is step into your true power, shine brightly, do not hide who and what you are. The time is right to attract big things for yourself. Ancestral energy is important. Open your mind to larger possibilities. Big magic can be wrought. I have power. It is real. Go outside on a clear night and look up. Hopefully you'll see the stars a twinkling. If you are really lucky, you might see the swirling Milky Way spinning across the darkness. And then there she is, the big full moon, unmistakable in her glory and power. She moves the earth itself, stabilizes it into orbit. She releases and pulls the seas. She is the object of devotion, the inspiration of poems, the realm of goddesses, and she has witnessed to the very first of us the rise up on two legs and venerate her. Generation after generation we have stood barefoot under the same moon, wishing, setting intentions, dancing, and drawing her graceful power. You are made of the very swirling matter that is the stuff of stars. You are pure possibility, changing constantly, renewing and transforming. Take this moment to recognize that power and rejoice in it, for your next step is a precursor to your future self. The companion stone or metal is moonstone. So that's a very feminine, watery energy. Moonstone, of course, speaking again of the full moon or the priestess who's ruled by the moon. Trusting your inner knowing, that feminine intuition, regardless of your biological sex, we all have that. If you're able to quiet the kind of fiery, raging, action-oriented mind, tapping into going from fire to water and being able to receive information. So stop doing so much and start receiving more, sitting and waiting in contemplation and reflection. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in, Capricorn. This was an amazing reading. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Please let me know in the comments below if it resonated, and hopefully we'll see you again next month. Take care. Bye-bye.